The Squirrel Adventure. Once upon a time, in a small village called Greenfield, there lived a girl named Emily. Emily was 10 years old, with long brown hair and bright green eyes. She loved spending time outdoors, especially in the forest near her home. The forest was a magical place filled with tall trees, colorful flowers, and lots of animals. Emily's favorite animals were the squirrels that lived in the trees. One sunny morning, Emily woke up feeling excited. She had planned to spend the day in the forest, hoping to see her squirrel friends. She quickly got dressed and ran to the kitchen. "Good morning, Mom," Emily said as she came into the kitchen. Her mother was making breakfast. "Good morning, Emily," her mother replied with a smile. "Are you going to the forest today?" "Yes, Mom. I want to see the squirrels and maybe find some new places," Emily said eagerly. "That sounds wonderful. Be careful and stay on the paths," her mother said. "I will, Mom." "Thank you," Emily said, giving her mother a quick hug. After breakfast, Emily grabbed her backpack, which was filled with snacks and a water bottle, and headed outside. She decided to visit her friend Ben before going to the forest. Ben was 10 years old, with short black hair and bright blue eyes. He loved exploring the forest as much as Emily did. "Hi, Ben. Are you ready to go to the forest?" Emily asked. "Hi, Emily. Yes, I can't wait to see the squirrels and explore," Ben replied. The two friends walked to the edge of the forest, excited about the day's adventure. The forest was filled with the sounds of birds singing and leaves rustling in the breeze. Emily and Ben loved the peacefulness of the forest. As they walked along the path, they saw a squirrel sitting on a tree branch. The squirrel had a bushy tail and bright, curious eyes. It looked at them for a moment before scampering up the tree. "Look, there's a squirrel. Let's see if we can find more," Emily said. "Good idea. I love watching them," Ben replied. They continued walking, keeping an eye out for more squirrels. Soon, they reached a small clearing with a big oak tree in the center. Under the tree, they saw a family of squirrels playing. There were 3 baby squirrels chasing each other around while their parents watched. "Wow, look at them. They're so cute," Emily said, smiling. "They really are. Let's sit here and watch for a while," Ben suggested. They sat down on a log and watched the squirrels play. The baby squirrels were full of energy, running and jumping around the tree. The parents were busy gathering acorns and leaves to build their nest. "This is amazing. I could watch them all day," Emily said. "Me too. They're so busy and playful," Ben replied. After a while, Emily and Ben decided to explore more of the forest. They followed a narrow path that led them deeper into the woods. As they walked, they saw more squirrels gathering food and building nests. "These squirrels work so hard. They're always busy," Emily said. "Yes, and they're really smart too. Look how they store their food in different places," Ben replied. They continued exploring until they reached a small stream. The water was clear and cool, and they decided to take a break and have a snack. They sat by the stream, listening to the gentle sound of the water and enjoying the peaceful surroundings. "This place is so beautiful. I love coming here," Emily said. "Me too. It's the perfect spot for a break," Ben replied. As they were eating, they noticed a squirrel on the other side of the stream. It seemed to be looking for something. The squirrel was moving quickly, searching the ground and climbing trees. "That squirrel looks like it's lost something," Emily said. "Maybe we can help it." "Let's go over there," Ben suggested. They crossed the stream carefully, stepping on the rocks to avoid getting wet. When they reached the other side, the squirrel looked at them with its bright eyes, as if asking for help. "Hi, little squirrel. Are you looking for something?" Emily asked gently. The squirrel chattered and ran up a tree, then came back down and looked at them again. It seemed to be trying to tell them something. "I think it wants us to follow it," Ben said. "Okay, let's see where it leads us," Emily replied. The squirrel led them through the forest, stopping occasionally to make sure they were following. After a few minutes, they reached a large tree with a hole in its trunk. The squirrel ran up to the hole and chattered excitedly. Maybe its nest is in there, Emily said. Ben peered into the hole and saw that it was indeed a nest. Inside, there were a few acorns and leaves, but something seemed to be missing. Looks like something is missing. Maybe we can help find it, Ben said. They looked around the base of the tree and found a small pile of acorns that had fallen out of the nest. The squirrel watched them, still chattering excitedly. Here are some acorns. Let's put them back in the nest, Emily said. They carefully picked up the acorns and placed them back in the nest. The squirrel seemed happy and ran up the tree to check. It chattered happily and then ran back down to thank them. I think we did it. The squirrel is happy now, Ben said, smiling. Yes, we helped it find its food. That feels great, Emily replied. They continued exploring the forest, feeling happy that they had helped the squirrel. As they walked, they saw more squirrels and enjoyed the beauty of the forest. They found a fallen log that was perfect for climbing, and they spent some time playing and pretending they were explorers. This has been such a fun day. I love spending time in the forest, Emily said. Me too. It's always an adventure, Ben replied. As the sun began to set, they decided it was time to head home. They followed the path back to the edge of the forest, feeling tired but happy. When they reached Emily's house, they said goodbye and promised to meet again for another adventure. When Emily got home, she told her parents all about the day. Mom, Dad, it was incredible. We saw so many squirrels and even helped one find its acorns. Her parents listened with amazement and pride. We're so happy for you, Emily. It sounds like a wonderful day. That night, Emily wrote in her journal about the adventure in the forest. She drew pictures of the squirrels, the stream, and the big oak tree. She felt grateful for the chance to spend time in nature and to help the animals. From that day on, Emily and Ben continued to explore the forest and enjoy their adventures. They knew that with curiosity and kindness, they could create beautiful memories and help the creatures around them. And so, Emily and Ben lived happily, always cherishing the special times they shared during their adventures in the forest. They inspired others to appreciate the beauty of nature and the joy of helping animals. The end.